Hello dear students, welcome to the online education of class 6 science. So we have been studying the lesson body movements. So under that I have explained about the different kinds of joints. Those are in the previous class that we studied about the ball and socket joint. Later on we studied about the pivot joint, and in the previous class I explained you about the hinge joint. So dear students, come in today's class, let us learn about the fixed joints. Okay, so there are some bones which are present in our head. Okay, already in the previous class I explained you the kind of joints which is present in our head, that is pivot joint, which is present in between the neck and our head. So some more kinds of joints which are present in our head. So those are that are joined together at some joints. Okay, there are many number of bones are there in our head. So those bones are connected or joined together at some joints. At some joints these bones are connected. Okay, so the bones, they cannot move at these joints. At these joints the bones cannot move, they can move only at particular places, right? So these bones cannot move at some joints, at these joints. Okay, so such joints are called fixed joint. So where these bones are connected at some joints, they cannot move. Okay, so they are not able to move. So such joints we call them as fixed joints. So for that, let us discuss some of the examples here. You see, simple. Okay, just open up your mouth. Okay, so or else, best example here, open your mouth wide, little like that. Okay, open your mouth very wide. Now you can able to move. Just observe here, when you open your mouth like this widely, like this, you can move only your lower jaw. See, only you can move your lower jaw downwards. Am I right or not? See here, look at it here. Yes, you are able to move your lower jaw away from your head. So now try to move your upper jaw, this part. This is the upper jaw, right? So are you able to move your upper jaw away from your head? It's hardly impossible. So you're not able to move the upper jaw, but you're able to move lower jaw, right? So there is a joint which is present between the upper jaw and your head. Okay, so there is a joint which is present between your upper jaw as well as the rest part of your head. The rest part of your head is joined to your upper jaw at this joints, right? So the bone of this upper jaw is connected to upper parts of the head through this joint. So hence, which is a fixed joint. Okay, the joint which is present at your upper jaw and the remaining rest part of the head is an example for fixed joint. Okay, so we have studied some different kinds of joints here. So here, suppose now let's go for the one more concept here. Suppose think that, so you wanted to make a doll. Okay, right? So what do you do first? You will decide to have a framework, outside framework of that doll. What would be the size of that doll? So based on the size you would like to do it, so you will give the framework for to make the shape, give the shape for that doll, right? So you to make its structure, you will make a framework. So at the same time, so all the bones in our body also form the framework. So when we add all the bones in our body, that also form a framework to give a shape to our human body. So like that, so every organism's bones together, they make a framework to give a shape to its body. Lion, its framework is different, body framework. Cat is different. Okay, dog is different, cow is different, sheep is different, right? So every organism is having a different framework to give a shape to its body. So this framework to give a shape to our body, this we call it as skeleton. So how do we know that this particular shape of our skeleton? How do we know? Before, in the first time, nobody were knowing first, right? So how do we know that this is the particular shape of our thigh, the bone of your hand, bone of your leg? How do we know this? Yes, so the shape and number of bones which are present in our body, they can be known by feeling them. So just touch and feel them. So by that you can know. And the best way to know the shape and size, shape of the bones is to take or to look at the X-ray image. Okay, so X-ray images of the body, human body, it gives the exact shape of the particular bone which is present inside it, right? So now, so you all may be familiar with these X-rays, right? So suppose anybody in your home, family member or yourselves, if you have taken any X-ray image, if you have got any no injury to your body part, at that time the doctors will suggest you to take the x-ray at the same time, right? Either you or any member in your family. So just go through that x-ray image of your body, family member or anybody else which was given by your doctor, checked by the doctor, right? So usually sometimes when we get some injuries or any small accidents are happened, at the time any bones fractures like that, if you have any problem is there, in such case the doctor will suggest you to take the x-ray images. So it will be used to find out about any possible injuries that might have happened to the bones. So if any possible injuries have happened to the bones, because the bones are very strong one, but if any injuries have happened, to see that any breakage and all, so to see the injuries, the x-ray images are going to help the doctors. Okay, so the x-ray images show the shape of the bones in our bodies. The x-ray images show the shape of the bones in our bodies. What is the shape of bones in our body, that will be shown to us. So you can feel the bones even by touching without seeing the x-rays also. Okay, just touch your forearm, front arm, forearm or upper arm. Okay, so you will feel it. Even lower leg part you feel, upper leg part you feel. Even try to find out the number of bones present in your fingers, ankle, okay, knees, joints. So like that you can compare these all joints with the x-ray images or by touching just. Okay, x-ray images also you can compare. Look at this figure 8.7 here. So x-ray images of the ankle and knee joints. So ankle image is given first by diagram. You will see x-ray image of the ankle it is. Second one to the right of that first image is the x-ray image of the what? Ankle. Okay, this is first one is ankle and the second one is knee joint. Okay, and figure 8.6 gives the idea of skeleton here. You can look at it here. So you will see the skeleton diagram here. So you can even bend your fingers. Try to bend your fingers in your hand. Okay, so are you able to move your fingers at every joint? Where are the joints present in your fingers? You are unable to do. Only one some joints you are allowed to move here. So how many bones do you use to bones are present? Do you observe in the middle finger? So the middle finger has many bones. 1 2 3 4 bones are present here. So feel the back of your palm, that is opposite side. So how many bones do you have in that? So you can count it here. So are they flexible or not, that also you can check it out. So what will happen if it has only one bone? Suppose finger has only one bone, are you able to move the fingers in any direction? So it's not possible. So dear students, in today's class we have understood about the concept of what? The bones which are present in our head, between the head. So that is fixed joints. So in tomorrow's class, let's go for the activity number 4. So tomorrow it's the time for weekly assignment. Let me give the exercise questions based on the topics so far I have covered. Okay, so tomorrow ready to get the weekly assignment question answers and try to write it neatly. So I hope you have understood today's concept. Thank you and have a nice day.